arrived in plenty of time this morning to get themselves ready for this matchup. Taking on Sam Anderson and Jess Anderson. And, my understanding that the Andersons have just arrived at the venue and were requiring some additional warm-up time, hence the additional commercial break, so we apologise to viewers at home. Tend to find that elite level sport preparation is key to success. We'll see if that impacts the performance here. A lovely booming forehand by Reuben Manning. Nice control from Manning again through the non-volley zone, dropping that ball into the kitchen. Big speed up from Anderson. And Simon, when you're trying to run a schedule, a broadcast schedule and a production output, occasionally we do ask for a little bit of flexibility from the players at these events.
Absolutely, Nick, I'm with you. I think, you know, if we can try and stay ahead of schedule, it's great because we can then cater for those occasions when people are injured, matches get delayed and whatever else. So I think it's important for everyone to realise that we put this stream on for the benefit of the sport, not for the benefit of ourselves. And we appreciate some people that would help us keep on schedule. I'd also advise, sorry Nick, I'd also advise that if you're playing a match at 9:40, you don't rock up at 9:30 in the morning. You get here a little bit earlier and warm yourself up.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments really, especially as we're advertising pickleball in one of the highest levels of the game, trying to build the sport. I think that's representative of the success you get out of the game based upon your own individual preparation and your performance, not only on the court but before you step onto the court and after you've been on court too. Lovely to see Reuben Manning back in the country playing pickleball. Not entirely sure how much pickleball he's played down under, but really was an outstanding talent before we left, and you can clearly see that that ability continues to exist.
Yeah, we chatted to him this morning. I've not seen much of Reuben since he got back, but he played quite a bit in Australia, but not to any great level, and he was saying that he feels like his level's probably stayed the same, whereas everyone else's has probably increased. So I'm sure the Southampton Massive will take them under his wing and get them up to speed as soon as we can, Nick. Well, sorry, not me, but obviously the good players, Southampton.
Sure, you'll be providing him with all the necessary advice and coaching points he needs, Simon.
A bit like you yesterday, Nick, I wouldn't dream of telling Reuben how to play pickleball, as would you and Sam Basford.
Definitely wouldn't. Great control by Wrixon, just resetting that ball nicely into the non-volley zone. while Tim Spurway rejoins us in the comms booth. Ball's called good by Wrixon off the forehand of Anderson. Sam Anderson, that is. You're back, Tim.
I am back. I am back. I'm looking forward to this one indeed. Such a brilliant pairing. Sam Anderson and Jess Anderson, and of course gold medalist Emma Wrixon playing with seasoned player Reuben Manning. A fascinating one.
The location changes on the dink attack from Wrixon, second to none. The ball was popped up by Anderson. Manning just misses the forehand volley, but you cannot fail to be impressed by the location changes on that dinking exchange from Wrixon.
Yeah, Wrixon, such a strong player at the net. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone more capable than her. So comfortable in those rallies. Knows exactly what to do. And playing now at the highest level in UK pickleball for quite some time. So that's good. Controlled aggression there from Sam Anderson, playing down at the feet of Emma Wrixon. And that is certainly one of Sam Anderson's strengths, that forehand when he gets up in a rally causes so much damage. Say the forehand there, forehand winner from Anderson, and Wrixon just leaves it, but it clips the back of the line, and so now a narrow lead for the Andersons.
Fortune for Manning. He'll take that indeed. Have you been on court yet, Tim?
I haven't, no. First game at 10 o'clock on this court against Chanel Lowe and Dan O'Brien, who we're both, Tracy and I, are very familiar with. So that'll be fun.
Say that with a hint of resignation.
Do I? No. It'll be close and competitive. I mean,
that's a show court game, isn't it?
yeah, it's on after this one.
Oh, Tim, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
If we take 2 minutes to warm up, that would be great.
Well, I think we're ahead of schedule, so I'm going to take as much time as I can to get warm.
Tim Spurway, you for one know the demands of scheduling and production and filling time. But we'll move on. Big forehand from Reuben Manning. The left-handed Reuben Manning. 2 forehands down the middle for Wrixon and Manning. Yeah, Jess Anderson does really well resetting in the non-volley zone to keep that ball in play, and Wrixon and Manning just slightly on the back foot with the scoreline here. Advantage to Jess and Sam Anderson. A little bit of work for Manning and Wrixon to do, Tim.
Yeah, a little bit of work. Anderson and Anderson just pulling away slightly. Speaking with Jess Anderson last night, and she was saying she introduced Sam Anderson to the sport about 3 years ago. And apparently when he first started he was totally hopeless, and but obviously now developed into one of the top players here, so a rapid rise for him.
Joe Matthewson reached out on YouTube. Good morning to you, Joe. Nice of you to be joining us here on Mixed Doubles Sunday. Appreciate you dropping a comment. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. All of the events in 2026 will also be brought to you live on the Pickleball events stream. A bit of frustration creeping in here for Wrixon and Manning. Anderson speeds up to Wrixon. Wrixon frustrated. Looks slightly dishevelled this morning. Wrixon, gold medalist from yesterday. Emma Wrixon played so well with Rogers. And Manning just not up to speed and haven't played together in such a long time, so they can be forgiven for that. Yeah, delightful forehand roll too.
Yeah, and you could see there she just saw the gap, saw where she was going to put it, and executed perfectly with a roll volley. And they are almost in cruise control here, Sam Anderson and Jess Anderson. Yeah, a good shot there from Wrixon, set up nicely with the reactions from Reuben Manning, so they win the serve back. Managed to work their way forward, but the pop-up just on the stretch there from Emma Wrixon on the backhand side, and put away. As cool as you like from Jess Anderson. They're being very successful in keeping the partnership of Reuben Manning and Emma Wrixon at the back of the court.
Reuben Manning tries to go big on the drive. That ground stroke just mistimed slightly.
Just a slight miscommunication there. Sam Anderson is a player that likes to dominate that kitchen line, and when it goes wrong it can result in the kind of thing we saw there, just coming across and not taking the shot and catching Jess Wilson out. So they win the serve back again, Manning and Wrixon. Another chance to make headway into this deficit. And just getting pinned in transition again there. Been really successful in stopping them establish at the kitchen line. Manning comes charging forward, taking a risk with the drive, and just overshooting with the forehand volley. I don't mind the change in strategy though, speeding up. That's a good shot there though from Jess Anderson. And that brings up game point.
First game point comes and goes with that forehand volley. Game point number 2 here for Jess and Sam Anderson. Slice return from Manning, and it's an effective slice return right onto the baseline. So further opportunities here for Manning and Wrixon. Missed third. Manning trying to be almost too correct, too procedural. Just giving himself a lot of time for preparation and thinking about that shot possibly slightly too much.
Yeah, they've just been unable to get forward consistently enough, Wrixon and Manning, and that may be a contributory factor as to why Manning in that previous shot felt that he had to absolutely nail that third shot drop. So when it has gone high, it has been either punished or they've been forced right to the back of the court.
And game point number 4 here, and that's gone too. So can Wrixon and Manning make a dent this time around? No, those thirds that are really successful for Wrixon and were incredibly successful yesterday have just abandoned her somewhat in this match.
Managing to establish that time, but it was the pop-up that let them down. Into another chance.
There's that big forehand from Manning. Straight down the centre of the court. Is it now that Sam and Jess Anderson get the job done? Lovely reset from Jess Anderson. Clever shot from Wrixon, rescued by Sam Anderson. Jess Anderson just not missing. Great action here on the show court, resetting from baseline, mid-court and kitchen, but persistence from Wrixon and Manning, who stay in complete control. Not looking to overplay there, Manning and Wrixon just take the opportunities when they present themselves, but that opportunity presented itself and Manning sends the serve long.
How many times do we see that, Nick, where you play a brilliant point and then your attention, your concentration just drops a little bit and throw away the next one?
Adrenaline, Tim. And we don't see enough players have a service routine in pickleball. And the routine isn't necessarily there to provide technical effectiveness on the serve, but it's definitely there to compose yourself psychologically. We don't see that often enough, in my opinion. Definitely required after big plays like we saw just a few moments ago. There it is. Jess Anderson and Sam Anderson get the job done.